Okay. So basically, on Friday, we talked about Cartesian planes, which should be familiar based off of your grade 7 lessons. I think you did a little bit of this in grade 6 as well. But just based off of everything that we've been learning the past week or so, when you have a Cartesian plane, you've got a little four-cornered thingamabob like this, okay? Your x-axis is always going horizontal from left to right, okay? So therefore, this is the x-axis. Your y-axis is always going vertical from up and down. So this is your y-axis, okay? We've been studying charts and patterns, and we've been graphing in Chapter 6 for math, okay? We know that based off of everything we've learned, if we're given a table like this, we have t, which is term number, n, which is term value. When we're graphing and plotting, we use the equation y equals mx plus b, m being constant rate, b being base. Another variable for t is x, and another variable for y, or n, is y. Okay? Think of x and y like your x-axis and y-axis. Your x-axis is going to be your term number, your independent variable, because it doesn't depend on anything for its numbers. The numbers don't depend on any other value. Your y-axis is your term value. It's dependent because it depends on your term number, right? Just like the tables we've been seeing, where if we have the term number 1, value is whatever, term number 2, value is whatever, all based off of the equation that we're given, okay? So on Friday, what we did was we took this Cartesian plane and we learned to plot. When you're plotting on a Cartesian plane, like your points, for example, okay, whatever your points may be, you're always going to describe your points x, then y, okay? So the coordinates for this point over here are 2, 2x, and 2 for 2y, okay? If I'm dipping below 0, 0 being my circle right here, if I'm dipping below 0, all of these numbers are negative. Okay, we're going below ground, all of these numbers are negative. If I'm dipping to the left, okay, past my 0 here on the x-axis, all of these numbers are also negative. Okay, just so that we're aware. So now that we know that we plot coordinates with x first and then y, we're going to look at this Cartesian plane and think of it as a hotel. Now, all of you have been to a hotel before. You know, hotels have like several floors, right? This is my hotel right here. Okay, 8F wanted to call it Caltaf Hotel, so that's what we're going to call it, right? We've got lots of different floors, and we have lots of rooms on different floors. Hotel, whatever, right? Super cool. When you have your floors on a hotel, each room is given a number, as you're aware. So let's say this hotel that I've drawn right here has 4 floors. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And then we have room numbers for each floor. So for floor 1, which is right here, we have room number 0, room number 1, room number 2, room number 3, 4, so on and so forth. For floor number 2, we have room number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. Same thing for literally every other floor. The room numbers are your term numbers. The floor numbers are your term values. Okay? Keep that in mind. Given that, let's use our imagination and let's say, I don't know, I'm just going to pick on people who were not present when we were doing this lesson. So let's say that John lives on room number 0, following the 0 here, okay? Room number 0, and he lives on the 3rd floor. So this is where John is situated. John's coordinates, so John, he's at 0, 3, because I'm at 0, x, 3y, okay? John wants to travel all the way up to Blake's room, and Blake is at 6th room, 7th floor. Okay, so Blake's coordinates. 6, 7. If we wanted to calculate the trajectory that John would have to climb the stairs to go to Blake's room, we're going to have to come up with a y equals mx plus b situation equation. Okay? So y equals mx plus b. We have some of these variables already. We have our b. Our b is 3 because John is situated at 0 x-axis, 3rd floor. So 3 y-axis. That's our base. That is where we're starting. Okay? Base always comes from 0 on your x-axis. And then we know that Blake on the y-axis is on the 7th floor. So our base is 3. B equals 3. We know that Blake is in room number 6. So our x is 6. Okay? And we know that we have to figure out what the constant rate is. We already know our y. Our y is 7. But we'll ignore that for now. We don't really need that. So to figure out my m, my constant rate, I have to do y2, my highest y value, subtract y1, my lowest y value. And then I divide that by x2, my highest x value, subtract my lowest x value. Sorry, this should be 1. So my highest y value is 7. I'm aware of that. 7th floor, Blake, that's the highest. My lowest y value is 3. That's my base. That's also where John lives. Super. Now, for my highest x value, I have 6. We don't have anyone living past 6 that we need to worry about. So 6 would be my highest x value. And then my lowest x value is 0. So then from here, we go 4 over 6, which is also 2 over 3. So my m is 2 over 3. So therefore, my equation is 2 over 3x plus 3. Now, let's use this to figure out if we put in 6 for x, do we get 7? Because if we do, then this equation works. So I'll do y equals 2 over 3. X is 6 plus 3. So we've got 12 divided by 3 plus 3. And then so we got 4 plus 3, which is 7. So it works. Fantastic. Okay. Now, Blake and John want to invite Zishan to the party. They know that Zishan lives in room number 4, but they don't know what floor he lives on. So instead of texting him, they're going to use this equation to figure out where Zishan lives. So we know that he lives room number 4. So our x value is 4. So we're going to plug that into our equation. So we've got 2 over 3, 4 plus 3. So we're going to do that. So we got 8 divided by 3 plus 3, and that's a really complicated number. So I'm going to take out my you're not allowed to use it calculator. So we have 8 divided by 3. We've got 2.67. Great. Plus 3. So that's like 5.67. Okay? That's where Zishan lives. He lives halfway up floor 5 for whatever reason. But it still works. So I'm going to plot Zishan over here. So Zishan's coordinates are therefore 4, because he's room number 4 on the x-axis, 5.67 on the y-axis. Okay? Bloop. And there you go. We've plotted where these guys live. Not live, but hotel rooms. And this, example that I'm showing you is super janky because, I'm just making it up on the spot. But the reason why I taught this lesson was because your assignment is to use coordinates that I give you to draw a cat. Okay, this is my little cat. This is tail. Okay, so I'm going to post, along with this lesson, a bunch of coordinates. It's going to look like 2, -5, that's 1, 2 is going to be 3, -5, whatever. You are going to follow these coordinates on a graph sheet of paper to draw a cat, okay? So you're going to find dots, like you're going to follow the coordinates, you're going to place your dots, and you're going to connect them and keep connecting them and not take your hand off of the thing until the assignment literally tells you to. So on your assignment, you're going to see, it's going to say lift pencil. That is the only time you take your pencil off the sheet, okay? Other than that, you keep your pencil on and you connect coordinates, okay? So that is the assignment. If you have questions about this lesson, let me know, although I think it's pretty self-explanatory and I did a really good job, so yay, Miss Altef knows how to use computers. Okay, good luck.